All right, guys, I said funny stuff. You started laughing. Let's get to the intro because we need to check the Bitcoin price and we need to figure out what's going on very quickly because it's looking really strange. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right.
Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid.
All right, guys, in what can only be described as cray-cray, you have the triangle pattern formed right now on Bitcoin, which means or should mean that it's primed for a price breakout to get us up over 21,925, which is the resistance point. We're looking at the 1 hour chart right now, and you can see right here that it seems like we're putting ourselves into this triangle pattern, which is a bullish sentiment and will cause a breakout to that top side because we're testing this with with higher lows, and that's going to lead to the breakout towards that upside. But let me take this away. Let's zoom in so that everybody can kind of check this out. We're going to remove the RSI for just a second. You can see here how it's breaking out right now. Now we're going to remove this and we're going to take this out of the way for just a second, and then we're going to look at what we have left. And what we have left over here is we have this ascending sort of triangle pattern, and that is going to be your bearish symbol because we're testing new highs as well, and we're failing at new highs. And even though we're testing new lows, eventually that gets tired, and once that gets tired enough, then we're probably breaking to the downside. So we have a very confusing chart right now, but everything at this point matches up. And what matters right now, I guess, is what do we all kind of think of where this is going and what's happening. So we have to pull back just a little bit more, and then let's take a look here and see what we've got on the 2 hour. On the 2 hour, everything looks about the same, but you're seeing a little bit less of this pattern, and you're seeing a lot more of that upwards facing sort of triangle right here. And we are coming off this downward momentum, which would kind of tell you that there's problems on this chart. There's problems that it looks really like we're going to form something heading towards the downside. Now, you look at the RSIs, and when you look at the RSIs, you're seeing some positivity in it. You're seeing it moving up, but you're also not seeing a huge amount of strength in it. So it's going to take a little bit of time to see how this thing plays out. Everything is looking, you really can't see that line going across on the 4 hour. So you're losing a little bit of it, but we're still strong on the RSI. We're still strong. We're turning around on the daily. So that's where all of this looks like. And you really can't see that pattern play itself out because you're not looking at it. You're looking at a bigger level. And on the bigger level, this is where you have to get concerned, because on this bigger level, the only pattern playing out right now is, we're going to remove this one right here. And we're going to say this. We're going to put this right here and hit all of these points of contact right here. And then we're going to say that what we're looking at right there is where we're capping out every single time. And that's putting us into this falling pattern, which means that we're going to be testing this. We're going to have a breakout, and it needs to come up over. It's going to need to come up over at least 23,000 for us to really start to get a breakout and a bullish sort of momentum. We've been channeling back in this for, it seems like forever at this point, but it's been 2.5 months. We've really just been in this sort of bearish pennant and waiting for it to break to the downside so that it starts to move up. Now, when we look at it overall, the only similarity that we really get is this right here as it breaks out. And, you know, we're not seeing a lot of strength as it breaks to the upside. So the markets have not been kind for the last few days. We have Jerome Powell, who's going to be talking at the Jackson Hole Symposium tomorrow. Maybe we'll get a little bit of clarity for the market. But when we zoom back in to this thing, and let's fix that thing because it's a disaster. But when we zoom back in and we kind of look at where this plays out, then we're right here on the precipice of breaking out of this pattern. And you can see here, this pattern has formed, and the pattern's been formed for a few days, taking us down this way. So if we break out of this, then that's only going to lead to a more bearish, more bullish sort of momentum. And we got to get up into this territory right here in order to get that sentiment. So let me know what you think down in the comments down below. this is a precarious sort of situation. There's a lot of downside to be had right here. Are we looking at brand new lows of 16,000, 15,000, 14,000, 30,000? I don't think so. I think that the bottom is in. I think that we've already experienced the bottom. That doesn't mean that we don't have some opportunities for more dip. And we would like to, if possible, kind of avoid that and get the market moving back in a positive direction. But that's going to be on the markets to decide. I'm just the one that's reading the charts for you. Hope you found this useful. Be very careful in your trading today. Watch for those signals. Watch for a breakout. We want to get over 21,925. We need to stay there for a couple of hours in order to confirm that as a breakout. And we want to get outside of that sort of falling, that falling line that tells us that we're continuing to produce lower highs. We want to get back into a better area. And if we do that, maybe this thing will look a little bit better. It's not financial advice. My name's Bleaves, and I'm always right.
I'm trying to put money in your pocket, that crypto wallet, that bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid.